Hi friends. I know I said that in our next video I was going to introduce you to a website that provided some really great beginner tunes for the whistle. I really want to do that. However, first I need to share with you an improvement I've made with the help of a friend. If you remember my earlier videos, I told you how I was starting to hold the whistle just about a month ago. Remember, I'm a beginner. We're learning together. I want us to take this journey together. And that means that as I learn and I tweak my playing of the whistle, I share that with you. As you learn and you tweak your playing of the whistle, share that with me so that I can share it with the rest of this little growing community. So, as a saxophone player, I'm used to pressing keys with the pad of my finger. And so early on, I told you that I was starting off with kind of a modified piper's grip. I was holding the pad of my third finger, my lower finger, there, and I was kind of going like this and getting some of the other pads on my lower hand, and I was going a little fingertippy on the upper hand. And that's okay, except what happens is I was not really getting the middle pads, so I was getting more the joint of my finger on the holes here. I was getting a lot of air gap. I was squeaking and squawking a lot more than I knew I should. And I wanted to have a visit with a friend of mine who I know is a semi-professional piper and who also is a killer whistle player. And so we did a video call. And we chatted. It was so much fun. We chatted about whistles, manufacturers, tunes, ornaments. So much fun. But he really helped me with my grip. He transformed my grip. I do want to say that if you find that using your fingertips works well for you, that's great. Whatever is going to enable you to play well. But for me, I was having to spend too much time thinking about hole coverage. And he encouraged me that when you're playing the whistle, you have to remember these are not keys we're pushing down, these are holes we're covering. So you want as much flesh of your finger covering the hole so it's more natural. And when you do that, if you're playing a scale, you want to just come back naturally to it. If you're playing an ornament, like we talked about the cuts, or if you're playing like a little vibrato, you want your fingers to be able to do that more naturally. So he encouraged me. He said, all right, set aside what you've done and go piper's grip. Just experiment with it for me. So he said, take the third finger on your bottom hand and place it so that that middle pad, the biggest pad on your finger, is covering the bottom hole. And then angle your hand so that it's comfortable for when you're playing, which really means that my lower hand almost looks like this, except I'm playing a little flatter. So I'm hitting that middle pad a lot more. And then I've started going a little more middle pad on the upper hand as well. So my fingers can be flat, they can be wrapped a little. And the beauty of this is I instantly noticed a difference in my playing. So the middle pad on that bottom finger, let your hand, you need to be comfortable. Thumb still about where I said. Let the upper hand, the middle pads do a lot of the coverage. And wow, I'm excited about it. Jonathan, thank you for transforming my playing just with a little tweak on how I'm holding my hands. Ornaments are even easier now. So that's very exciting to me. If you have not tried a proper piper's grip, please do that. It might transform your playing as well. Let me know if it does. Playing is a lot more fun now too. And interestingly, I can now play a little faster because my fingers seem to know what they're doing more naturally than when I was trying to remember, okay, cover the hole, cover the hole. So please try this out for yourself. If playing more fingertip works for you, great. Do what works. However, I guarantee you what I couldn't guarantee you a month ago, that at least 90% of us are going to want to have more of a traditional piper's grip in how we're playing. Again, like I said before, watch the experienced players, watch their videos, and you'll find, look at their hands. They're doing something more, they're doing something similar to a piper's grip. So I hope that helps you, because it was transformational for me. Until next time, this is Scott Shade. Happier low D whistling, now that at least I've improved my grip.